Good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Hello, Sandra.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Herbert. Good afternoon.
I hope you're very well.
That's great. I'm glad about you.
1 minute. Give me 1 minute, please.
Okay, teacher, take your time, don't worry.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Doris.
Good afternoon, Doris.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
teacher.
teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine,
Good
and you?
afternoon, teacher. Good,
Good
teacher.
afternoon.
Because it's Friday.
And we're almost on vacation too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Very, very good.
Extremely good news.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Thank you for being very punctual. What time is your life skill training? What time is your life skill training? What's a life skill?
For example, at what time do wake up or no?
Not exactly.
Mhm.
Anybody else? What's a life skill? I wrote it in the chat.
Skill.
Mhm.
Skill is like talent, for example.
Yes, a skill can be a talent. Now, what exactly is a life skill? Let me give you an
Trigger
example.
Vocation. Profession.
Swimming. Raise your hand if you swim. Raise your hand if you swim. If you know how to swim. Okay, now let me ask you a second question. Do you think swimming can save your life?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Sure,
Yes, absolutely.
sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Even if you practice listening, swimming once a month, sooner or later, you might be in a situation where swimming can save your life. Do you think driving a car can save your life or change your life? Driving a car,
Yes, yes, completely.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yes, yes, teacher.
sure. So you
A
say, yeah,
little.
yeah. So you might say, I don't have a car, I don't have a swimming pool, I don't have a river near my house, but it's a life skill. Learning
I
how to
don't
swim, learning how to drive a car can save your life. So why am I telling you this? English is not a subject. English is a life skill. Why is it a life skill?
because it's your way for making money, support your family.
Right, right.
Uh,
Some of
it-
you guys are very, very near to have the level that call centers are looking for. So keep that in mind. You're very near, very, very near. Okay, thank you for being very punctual. What time is it?
403.
43.
English
4:03.
class.
Very good. And what's today's date?
Today is Friday.
Today is Friday.
July
Friday.
29.
July 29th. Yes, Friday, July 29. What's the year?
It's 2020.
2022.
Very
2020.
good. All right, let's begin. Do you remember the topics we covered yesterday? What topics did we
simple-
cover yesterday?
Simple present, simple
Present
past,
perfect.
and present
Answers.
perfect, and
Okay,
past
Past progressive.
progressive.
Present
Okay.
progressive.
okay. So we mentioned 4 different tenses. What's the function of the simple present?
Action
What's the-
that you do like a routine.
Okay, very good. Routines. What else?
It's a fact.
Excuse me?
It's a fact.
Facts. Yes, facts. What else?
For completed actions or situation or permanent situation.
Okay, permanent situations. Okay. And we also use it for general information. In this course, we will have exercises related with questions that people ask you when you go to a job interview in a call center. Not necessarily in a call center, but questions they ask you in any job interview. They ask you, tell me about yourself. When they ask you, tell me about yourself, you will respond, you will answer using the simple present tense. You will start talking about yourself, blah, 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 blah. And suddenly they ask you, oh, you have a brother. Tell me about your brother. Why do you think they're asking you about one person in particular? Why?
Because he want to check our level.
What level exactly?
our level in speaking.
Okay. So when they said, oh, so you have a brother. Okay, tell me about your brother. They are checking if you use the third person singular correctly. Oh, my brother works. My brother studies. My brother drives. My brother stays. So they're paying attention to the use of the third person singular. Okay. So if I ask you, tell me about your last birthday celebration. Why do you think they're asking you about your last birthday celebration?
They want to
Any-
check
Simple
about
past.
the past.
Simple past.
Exactly.
Simple
Oh, my
past.
last birthday. How can I forget that? I remember we went to the beach. We stayed there for 2 days. We had a lot of fun. We bought some souvenirs. I remember that my uncle, blah, 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 and so on. All right. So if, okay, at the beginning of the year, everybody has resolutions. What's a resolution? What's a resolution, people? This year,
Well,
I'm gonna do this.
like a
This
goal?
year, goals, objectives, very good. So they can ask you, have you accomplished your goals, your resolutions for this year? And then you start talking. Which tense are you gonna use when you talk about your resolutions? Well, I have gone to the gym maybe 2 times in the year. So I'm
In
not
future?
near
Present
What is-
perfect.
present perfect. Exactly. Why the present perfect? Because we use the present perfect to talk about actions that are not finished yet. So I have visited Guatemala 2 times, and that was one of my resolutions. I have had the same job for 3 years, so that is something good for me. So you talk about your objectives, about your goals by using the present perfect. So when you go to a job interview, they will ask you questions. They're not too interested in your answer, but they are interested on how you answer those questions. Is that clear? Is that
Yes,
clear,
yes.
people? Okay, good. Any questions or comments about yesterday?
Really good, really good.
All right, so remember, the 12 structures or the 12 tenses, as some people call it, each tense has a particular function. Each tense has a particular structure. So you should be very familiar with the 12 tenses, their structures, and their functions. All right, let's begin. It's 4:08. Thank you for being punctual. Let's start talking about vocabulary. Why do you think vocabulary is important? Why do you need vocabulary in your life?
For example, probably is the travel and this relationship with a new job, like Scott setting.
Right, right, good. Another reason why vocabulary is important, people.
Because if you have more vocabulary, you can talk more comfortable.
Excellent. The more vocabulary you have, the more confident you will sound, the more confident you will speak, right? Now, let me ask you, how do you increase your vocabulary? What do you do to get new words?
Read and listen to music and maybe found the lyrics for the song.
Right?
And doing shadowing.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Cecilia. Reading
In my
has
case, sure.
magic. Yes, Herbert?
Write sentences every day.
Exactly. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Es que fíjese que la señora iba pasando y se cayó en la cuneta. How do you say cuneta? O fíjese que hay goteras porque el canal está tapado. How do you say canal? So you have to expose yourself. You have to challenge yourself to see what level of the language you guys have. So little things. So ask yourself, how do you say cuadro? How do you say gradas? How do you say pared? How do you say escultura? And things like that, you know, so keep that in mind. Okay, so when we learn a new word, there are 5 aspects you need to know about this new word. What 5 aspects do you need to know?
Spelling,
Very good. Let me put this in the chat. Spelling. What else?
Meaning,
Meaning. Very good. What else, people?
pronunciation,
Pronunciation. Definitely. Pronunciation. What else?
Listening, teacher.
Excuse me?
Listening.
Listening. What do you mean by listening?
Or understand?
Okay. Israel?
I remember the four skill for to learn another languages. I mean, speaking, listening, writing, and reading.
Reading. Right. Those are the 4 macro skills. Right. Those are the 4 macro skills. Now, the question is, which 5 aspects of a word should everybody know? You have mentioned 3, spelling, meaning, pronunciation. We need 2 more.
I don't know.
Okay. I will assign you to work in groups.
speaking,
Remember, when I assign pair work, triads, groups of 4, groups of 5, I expect everybody to interact. Give me a second. Breakout rooms. We have 33 people connected. That's good. So I'm going to create 10 groups. And when we come back in, and don't look in the internet, the 5 aspects about a new word. You have to discuss and challenge yourself, critical thinking. So go ahead, we got spelling, meaning, pronunciation, we need 2 more. Go ahead. Interact, practice your speaking, fluency, accuracy.
I don't
Teacher,
know.
teacher, Teacher, we need you.
Hello, hello.
We don't understand very well what do
Okay.
what we do.
Okay, it's very simple. Imagine that you see a new word. You see a new word today. It's the first time you see it. There are 5 aspects you need to know about this new word. Your classmate said pronunciation, spelling, meaning, but we need 2 more. So your mission right now is to find out what the 2 more are. Got it? So we got
Okay.
spelling, pronunciation, and meaning. What are the 2 others? You got 2 more minutes. Don't worry.
Reading and grammar.
Grammar. When you say grammar, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, I think is the I don't know.
The
Understand
correct use of the
the
tenses,
correct
maybe?
Maybe the structure.
Okay, not exactly the structure. How many parts does grammar have?
Only
We discussed this yesterday.
How many parts?
vowels and consonants.
How many parts does grammar have?
8.
8. So what part of grammar is that particular word? That's the other one. So is this a verb? Is this a noun? Is this an adjective? You see what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
So if I say soñar, what part of speech is soñar?
The verb?
A verb. A verb. So the part of speech, the part of grammar, like Sandra said. So you need 1 more. 1 more.
Okay.
It
See you in a
doesn't
couple of minutes.
right.
Don't worry.
Thank you, teacher.
We'll discuss it as a group. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So it's spelling, pronunciation.
I says Claudia, when I learn a new word, I ask me if the verb is regular or irregular.
But when you are learning verbs, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. What happens if the word is not a verb? Let's say it's an adjective. It's an adverb.
Uh-huh.
You see, but you're getting there. You're getting there. We got 2 more minutes.
Okay.
What happened if
He's very young.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know
He
if I am
Yeah.
the youngest one
Yeah.
in the class, you know. I don't know, but I don't think so.
You need to study and then work and
Yeah.
living your life.
Yes, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
a kid. So what about your hobbies?
We need to find another skills to learn
Yes.
something.
Exactly.
Like a new language.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
For example, I'm not sure really about what we are doing, but I think one of the skills can be, I don't know, read. Did you mention read?
Yeah, yes, could be
Yes.
an option.
Okay.
Reading.
And
Reading.
Hello, hello. Did you guys finish?
Hello, teacher. I'm Maritza
Hello.
Bonifacio, and I'm connecting right now, and I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
what
What about Cecia and Maritza? Did you finish? The 2 Maritzas actually. Did you guys
Yes,
finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What are the other 2?
Teacher, maybe the sound or the structure.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Any other answers? Any other possible answers?
And memorize to memorize every day.
Okay. All right. All right. You mean
Maybe
practice?
phonetical, I don't know.
Phonetics? Okay. Okay, let's go back to the main session and we'll talk about it.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Mhm. So how was your day, people? How was your day today?
Today is a little sick.
You're a little sick. Are you taking medicine? Are you taking medicine? Okay. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Right here. All right. Let me see this here. Is everybody back? Not yet.
Teacher,
Yes, ask me.
I have off my camera
Yeah.
because I don't know the internet. I don't know what happened. The internet.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you for all the ones that have your cameras activated. That's really good. All right, so we mentioned spelling. Meaning. Yes. Okay, spelling, meaning, pronunciation. What are the other two?
Influence.
Grammar.
What are the other two?
Conjugation.
Make sentences.
Okay.
Practice.
Okay. What
Memorize.
else? Memorize. Okay, what else?
Describe the word.
About the plural form and the singular form
Practicing.
of the word.
Okay.
Time of the verb.
Okay, let me see this here. So what Moises is saying is how to use it. How to use it. That is very, very important. So let me give you an example. You receive a check and then you say, me descontaron lo del banco. How do you say descontar? You don't say discount. How do you say me descontaron lo de la AFP? Me descontaron lo del préstamo. You say deduct. Oh my God, they deducted $50 from my check. Deducted, you don't say discount. What's a discount? What's a discount?
When they make a percent of less, for example, 20% off.
Okay, 20% off is a good example of a discount, right? So when you say they discounted $20, no, it doesn't make sense. So how do you say me descontaron $20?
They deduct me.
They deducted $20. So that is very, it's linked to what Moises was saying, how to use the word. So you might know the meaning, you might know the pronunciation, you might know the spelling, but one of the main things you need to do is how to use the word. That's number 4. What's the last one? What's the last one, people? Part of grammar. So those are the 5 things, the 5 aspects you need to know about a new word. How many parts does grammar have?
7.
8 parts.
8 in English, in American English.
8 for American
And-
English. Very good. What about the British English?
9.
What's the difference?
The
article.
What article? What article?
The
Definite.
Okay, you say
Definite article.
definite article. Do you say the or the?
The.
It's depends.
Sometimes it's
Depends.
the and sometimes they.
Okay, it depends on what? It depends on what?
You say the when the
vowel.
next word begin in vowel.
The sound.
Yes.
Yeah, the sound.
Okay. Let me write this here. You say the when the following sound is a vowel. So how do you say ¿dónde está el borrador?
Where is the eraser?
Where's the eraser? How do you say ¿quién se comió el mango?
Who ate
Wait.
who ate
So do you say, the mango or the mango?
the mango.
Right.
The mango.
Okay. A second. So you use the when the following sound is a vowel. You say the when the following sound is a consonant. Anyways, so going back to the 5 things you need to know about a new word. Listening, pronunciation, and not listening. Pronunciation, spelling,
How to use it.
pronunciation.
Yes.
Okay, spelling, meaning, pronunciation, part of grammar, and how to use it. Those are the 5 things you need to know about a new word. Questions or comments?
Excuse me, I just didn't understand so well when you say you use the when the following sound is a vowel.
The apple, the elephant, the eagle, right?
Okay, and then you say that when you use it when the following sound is
A consonant. The car, the house, the water.
Okay, thank you.
Good. So that small word, that definite article, is the difference between British and American grammar. So those are the 5 things you need to know about a new word. Questions or comments? Let me know if I'm going too fast. You say, can you go a little bit slower? And I'll be more than glad to slow down.
No, not at all. You're doing well.
Okay. Anybody else?
The 5th.
I have some doubts about when you say part of the grammar is when we need to know about if the word is verb, subject, or
Okay. When we're talking about part of grammar, we're talking about, is this a verb, a noun, an adjective? So you have to decide if that particular word, where in the 8 parts of speech it fits. Yep.
More specific, teacher.
To be more specific. Now, some of you guys might be teaching in the future. So when your students ask you, excuse me, teacher, carefully, slowly, quickly, what part of grammar is that? Oh, that's an adverb of manner. But in a real life situation, you just need to know the pronunciation, how to use it, and the meaning of the word. Those 3 are relevant. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments?
Really good, really good.
Okay, so anything that you might find interesting, take notes. Take notes. Okay, so I'm going to share 5 words with you. Maybe they are not completely new for you, but in some cases I include them because of pronunciation stuff. And the last one is Okay. Can you see the vocabulary?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I will give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes to find out the meaning of these words. Go ahead. 2 minutes.
The meaning in English or Spanish?
In English. In English.
Okay.
Now, if you can find the translation and then explain it in English, that's okay too.
Okay. For example, in the last one, according to when you are reading the Holy Bible, the Gospel according según the John, Matthew is a good example.
Good.
Another example in the word access, for example, access for the platform is a good example.
Okay.
And
Now, do you say access or access? Which one is correct? Access or access?
Access.
Okay. Raise your hand if you think that the correct pronunciation is access.
No.
No?
It's
Raise your hand if
access.
you think that the right pronunciation is access. Okay. Raise your hand if you think that the two options are possible. Okay. So you can say access and you can also say access. I'll explain how that works. Okay, so able. What's the meaning of able, people?
It's similar to capable, that you are capable to do something.
Okay, how do
You have the
say-
ability. You have the ability to do something.
Okay.
And you can do
Having the
something very
power?
well.
Or it's like
Skills?
I can, but in future. For example, I be able to work tomorrow.
Okay, how do you say no he podido llamar? No he podido llamar.
I wasn't able to call you.
I haven't been able to call you.
I haven't
Okay.
been able.
So can is for present, could is for past. All the other structures, you need to say able to.
So is it correct if I say I couldn't be able to call you?
It's good. It's
Okay.
good. Yes, so you can use able, like you guys were saying, to express the capacity, the ability, when you have the power to do something.
Even
That's
the
able.
skill, right?
Yep. Are you able to speak 3 languages? Well, I speak English and Spanish and I'm learning Portuguese. Yes, you can. Anything else, people?
Is it good? It is correct if I say I wasn't able to get on time?
Yes. Yes, yes, you can. Anybody else? Any questions or comments? What's abroad? What's the meaning of abroad? Where is your sister? Oh, she's working abroad.
You are referring that your sister is working in other country that is not your country.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Foreign.
Abroad means in another country. How do you say abroad in Spanish?
Afuera, en el extranjero.
En el extranjero.
Extranjero.
En el
yeah.
extranjero.
Extranjero.
Yeah, very good. Now, the third word, access and access. Project or project. Present or present. The two options are good. It depends if it's a verb or a noun.
They have a different meaning, teacher?
No.
Just the pronunciation.
Just the pronunciation. So you said, imagine that you called IT, and then you tell IT, I need access for my computer. I need access to my computer. Where is the stress? Where's the stress?
The first syllable.
In the
Ac-
first syllable.
Mhm.
Okay, necesito acceso. Now, if you want to say, necesito accesar, accesar, is that the correct word? Accesar, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you will say, I need to access. How do you say letras mayúsculas in English?
Capital letters.
Capital letter.
Capital
Capital
letters.
letter.
Very good. Okay, so capital letter indicates where the stress is. Access, if it's a noun. If it's a noun, the stress goes in the first part. Access, if it's a verb. How do you say no pude acceder?
I couldn't access.
Very good. I couldn't access. Imagine in Spanish, you say, mire, ¿en qué se vino? En taxi. Is taxi correct? No, it's not. People understand, but your pronunciation is not natural. Where are you going after class? Ah, me voy a ir a la casa. No, you don't say casa, you say casa, right? So English is the same. You need to identify where the stress is. So keep this in mind. If it's a noun, the stress is in the first part. If it's a verb, the stress is in the second part.
So this rule, we can apply this rule for project or present.
Exactly, exactly. How do you say proyecto? Tengo un proyecto en mente.
Project.
Project. Where is the stress?
Project.
The
Pro.
first triple.
Ajá.
First
Usted debe de proyectar su dinero.
project.
Project. Exactly. I have a project, so I have to project my ideas. So it's exactly the same word, but pronunciation is different. Why am I telling you this? Because when you go to a job interview, you need to sound as natural as possible. As natural as possible. Okay? Accountable, what's accountable? Anybody, someone that hasn't said anything.
It's an adjective that refers to someone that is responsible.
Right. So I'm playing soccer outside. I break a window by accident. Francisco, you're accountable for that. So you're responsible. You have to pay. You have to change the window. Right? Accountable. Okay. Questions or comments?
No.
Okay. So remember 5 things you need to know about a new word, and how you stress the words is really, really important. All right. So that's the part we had for vocabulary. And now let me, you have a question, Israel?
Can you repeat that when you say 5 things you have to know about what?
The things you need to know, I don't remember exactly what I said, but the things you need to know about a new word, or the things you need to know about how to stress the words. What's the meaning of stress?
Intonation.
It's strong.
Okay, how do you say stress in Spanish?
Entonación.
Acento o fuerza de voz. That's stress. So if I say hospital, where is the stress?
Pause.
The first.
Okay.
Hospital.
If I say institution, where is the stress? Institution.
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 The second.
It
the
can be
last.
only one syllable. Institution. 4 syllables. Where is the stress?
The last.
Shun?
Oh, sorry. And the third.
In the third syllable.
Yes. Institution.
Yeah.
Institution. Right. Right. Yes, Israel?
Where is the difference or the pronunciation? Stressful. I mean, stress. Estresado. And
it's the same one. It's the same one. It's the same meaning. It's the same word. The same word. Yep. Anybody else, people? All right. So let's have you do some speaking. Vacation is coming. Maybe you have plans, maybe you don't, maybe you improvise. But when we talk about future events, you use simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous, and so on. So I'm going to have you work in triads. Triads. I'm going to have you work in triads and talk about the plans you have for vacation. Maybe you have plans, maybe you don't, but I want you to pay attention to the use of future structures. Give me a second. So the question will be, what plans do you have for vacation? Recreate, recreate, 38. Okay, recreate. All right, give me a second. I'll have you work in pairs. Move to. All right, let's socialize. Let's go. Talk about the plans you have for vacation.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Vilma. How are you?
Bye, thank you. And you?
I'm doing okay. I'm ready for the weekend.
Me too.
Yeah. Where do you live, Vilma?
I live in Santa Ana.
Good, very good. You don't have a partner to do this activity?
No, teacher, I'm
Okay,
alone.
give me a second. I'm going to transfer you to room 2.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Teacher, I'm sorry, I'm not in a room.
Okay, give me a second, Senia.
Thank you.
Okay, you were supposed to, okay. I'm sending you to room 1.
Okay.
we write or phone ourselves.
I
Sometimes-
imagine that they are studying.
Yes, they are some.
It's difficult because there is a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. In my case, maybe I go to the ranch, my cousins in Acajutla.
No, Cajutla. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes,
Too
Take
far.
us.
Cajutla.
maybe. I don't know.
Take us with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, you.
We finished, teacher.
All right, give me 2 more minutes and we go back to the main session.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't have that.
Yes, and I said like, yes, but I don't have clothes for the trip. And however, he said, and we went, you know.
Oh my God.
That was, yes, because the weather was so cold and I was short and t-shirt, you know.
And your dad, I don't know, was wearing like
He was
you?
prepared, you know. He was a jacket and pants.
He is prepared. He was prepared.
Yes, probably. Yes, I'm saying, oh, Dad, you hate me.
Oh, I can imagine. No, and this way, we wearing.
She's 78.
Okay. Okay.
70.
So what another plans do you have for vacation?
Okay, I'll go. No, well, I'll go in shopping. I'll go shopping maybe in vacation.
You're going to go shopping?
I'll
Yeah. So
A tree house, I don't know.
I don't know, but the place that we need to eat is
Yes.
like this, right? So the
Continue. And then the pandemic closed. Everything, and I can't continue to study.
Yes. Yes, the pandemic in the a lot in the world affect the pandemic.
Everything. Yeah. And then I decided to
So, any questions about how to use the future tenses? Because we got different structures to express our ideas in future. Any questions or comments? Let me write this word here. Okay, can you see the word that I wrote in the chat?
Yes, teacher.
Vacation.
You pronounce it vacation.
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 The two letter
Vacation.
A's that you find in this word are pronounced the same. So in Spanish, we say vacación. So sometimes we say vacation, but it's not vacation, it's vacation.
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 Right, vacation. Vacation is a high frequency word that we use very often. So when you pronounce it, make sure that you say vacation.
Like bacon.
Like bacon, right, right. Remember that letter A has 3 sounds. How do you say carro in English?
Car.
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 Okay, how do you say llamar?
Call.
Call. You say car, call. How do you say dia?
Day.
Day. So letter A has 3 possible pronunciations. So how do you know when to pronounce each one? There is not any rule in particular. It's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Vacation, not vacation. It's vacation.
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 Sometimes teacher is, I don't know, I write the letter A is in English is like, sound is like, oh.
Right, right. Like call, tall, fall. They sound similar to O. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Like the vowel I, for example, igloo and inchworm, or what is the other sound?
Right, right. Yes, letter I has chip, pine, car, day, and fall.
Don't forget the article, a car, a girl, a man.
Right, right. So there are so many things you need to know about the English language, and many of these things you will polish them just by using the language. So I'm very glad that when I arrived to your classrooms, you're using the language. You're using the language. Yep. Okay. Questions or comments about future tenses or future structures?
Probably is in the future tenses. The part of will in going to. I don't know if I in the right.
Okay,
yeah, we were
very
talking
good.
with Sandra, teacher, that will is like a possibility, and going to is when you are 100% sure.
Right, right. Grammatically speaking, Dory's definition is good, is perfect. Will is for a possibility. Going to is for plans. Now, if you're having a real conversation with an American person, with a native speaker, and they ask you, what plans do you have for vacation? Maybe I'm going to visit my family. Grammatically speaking, is not good, but that's how people talk every day. Or you can say, well, I will go to the beach. Now, grammatically speaking, will is for a possibility, going to is for plans. But in a real conversation, that's not too relevant because your idea is there. Questions or comments?
Me, teacher, I
yes,
have a
ask
question.
me, please.
I think a will is for plans or prediction, and going to is for certain something do.
Yeah,
Doing.
going to is for plans. It's going to rain. Imagine that the sky is very dark. How do you say pringando in English? Drizzling. Drizzling. A is drizzling, so it's going to rain. That's for sure, right? Drizzling. But if you see that the sky is gray, but you don't think it's going to rain, say, well, maybe it will rain. Let's take the umbrella. Maybe it will rain. Let's take the umbrella. So will is a possibility, and going to is a plan. Yep. Anybody else?
Teacher.
Yes.
And another pronunciation for going to is gonna.
Gonna.
Okay.
Yes. Does anybody know the name of that? Going to, gonna. You can perfectly say gonna. I'm gonna talk to you. Oh, by the way, my supervisor, I don't remember if it was Jessica or Giselle, but one of them two will connect at 6 o'clock because she has some information to share with you. So please don't disconnect at 6 o'clock. She's gonna talk with you. So yes, Carlos.
Yes, teacher. Gonna is like more informal, or I can use for an interview.
Okay, yes, you can use it for an interview. This happens naturally. This is called reduction. This is called reduction. What is the reduction of 1 to?
Wanna.
Wanna. Yes. What is the reduction of I've got to go? I've got to go. I gotta go.
Gotta go.
So you can perfectly say it, but you should not write it. You should not write it. Why can you say it and not write it? Because that is something that happens when you're speaking fast and reductions appear naturally. But when you're writing, it's a different story. So don't write this on paper, especially if you're writing to your teacher, if you're writing to your supervisor and things like that. Say going to. Say I got to. Going to and things like that.
Okay, teacher, thanks.
All right. Anybody else? Any questions or comments? No? All right. How many skills do we have in English? How many skills do we have in English? 4. What are the names?
Listening, speaking, reading, writing.
Okay. Which one happens first? Which one happens first in your life?
Reading.
Okay. Do you remember how you learned to speak Spanish? Did you learn naturally or did you take classes? Naturally. What is naturally? What's naturally?
It's born
Practice.
when
Repetition.
Right. Even when,
Listening.
right. So what are the first words that babies usually learn how to say?
Papa.
Mom and dad.
Mama. Right. Dad and mom. How do they learn how to say it? Because the father says, say papa. Say papa. And one day the baby says, papa. Or they say mama. Say mama. It says mama. So first is this. First is this. What is second?
Pronunciation.
Speaking.
Speaking.
What is number 3?
Writing.
Okay. Do you write first or do you read first?
Read.
Okay. So first you need to see it. First you need to read. Oh, okay. And then you write it. So listening, speaking, reading, and writing, that's the sequence of how we learn how to speak. Got it? So right now, we're going to have a listening exercise. When you copy the answers, take a picture and send them to me. Send them to me. I need to know how you guys are doing with your listening activities. Okay, you need pen and paper. Are you ready to copy the 5 questions?
Yes,
Ready,
yes,
Freddy?
sir.
Yes.
Ready, Freddy?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Number 1, why is he visiting? Why is he visiting? Question number 2, what are the details of the car? What are the details of the car? Question 3. Why was the car towed?
Why was the car
towed? It's right there in the chat. Why was the car towed?
What does it mean, the word towed, teacher?
Okay. I'll answer your question in a couple of minutes, Doris.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, why was the car towed? Question 4, what's $90? What's $90? And the last question says, what happens if he pays before 7 days? What happens if he pays before 7 days?
Can you repeat last
Sure.
last part, please?
Sure. What happens if he pays before 7 days? Can somebody copy the first question in the chat? Volunteer, copy the first question in the chat. Why is he visiting? Very good, Harold. Why is he visiting? Another volunteer to copy the second question. What are the details of the car? Excellent. Another volunteer for number 3. Why was the car towed? Thank you. Thank you. Question number 4. What's $90? Excellent. And what is question number 5? What happens if he pays before 7 days? Excellent. Okay, next question. Are the questions clear? Do you understand the 5 questions? Okay. In El Salvador, how do you say acera in English?
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk. Some sidewalks are painted color yellow. Have you seen those sidewalks?
Yes.
What happens if you park your car in front of a yellow gutter or in front of a yellow sidewalk?
You get a ticket.
You get a ticket. If you're lucky, you get a ticket. But in some cases, they call the towing truck. Look, there is a car parked in front of my house, my business, and he's not supposed to park here. So the towing truck comes and they confiscate your car. How do you say towing truck in Spanish?
Remolque.
Who does the remolque?
Grúa.
Grúa. Grúa. If you want to say grúa, you say
Towing truck.
Towing truck.
Can you write it on the
Sure.
on the chat?
Right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Towing truck. All right. Have you ever had any incidents with a car similar to this, that you leave your car where you're not supposed to? When you come back, you have a ticket, or the police officer is removing your license plates? License plate. What's a license plate? License plates?
Car plates.
What is it, Moises?
The car plates.
Yeah, but what is a license plate?
La placa.
La placa. So if you're lucky, they give you a ticket. If you're not that lucky, they remove your license plates. If you're not lucky at all, they tow your car, your car. Okay, in the listening, where you hear what happens if he pays within 7 days, once you get the answer, you stop the audio right there, because the information after question 5 is not relevant. It's not in any, you're not gonna get anything from there.
I'm sorry that I asked again, what does it mean of tow, teacher?
Tow,
Question number 3.
remolcado, towed. ¿Por qué fue el carro remolcado?
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Are the instructions clear? People? Any questions?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Carlos.
Yes.
No, I don't have question. It's so clear. It's so clear, you know.
All right. Anybody else before I send you the link to the WhatsApp chat? All right, here we go. Let me send it to you. Okay, so there is the audio. Listen to it. Remember, when you hear the answer for the last question, stop the audio. You can listen to it 2 times. Go ahead. Copy the answers and send them to my WhatsApp. I'm gonna send that for a minute.
Where is the audio?
The WhatsApp chat.
Ah, thank you.
Teacher, in my case, I don't listen the audio.
Sorry, teacher. Only the answers. Oh my God, we lost the teacher.
All right, all right. Let me see how many answers I have received. Send it as you have it. Send it as you have it. Don't worry if your answers are incomplete. We'll talk about it.
Teacher, excuse me, where are you going to send the answers? To the shop or
To
the,
my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp.
the WhatsApp where you send us the audio?
Not to the chat, but my WhatsApp, my number.
I don't have it, sorry.
It's right there, the same number where I write you from.
Okay.
The same number that I used to contact you.
Okay.
Good.
You want the picture of our notes, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It doesn't matter if we have mistakes.
No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the listening. Give me objective answers. Do you think it was easy, understandable, or difficult?
Difficult.
I think it was easy, but
Okay. Someone else? Okay, raise your hand if you think it was difficult. Raise your hand.
Well, in my case, I think it was difficult because there are a lot of words that I didn't know the meaning, but I do my best.
Okay, very good. Okay. Raise your hand if you think it's acceptable. Not easy, not difficult, you just have to pay attention to it. Okay, acceptable. Okay. How many of you think it was easy? Okay, good. Yeah, and I checked some of the ones that I have received, and your answers are good. So you guys have critical listening skills. Now, why are we practicing listening, people? Why do you think we're practicing listening? What's the reason of practicing listening?
What is the reason?
We are
for the
practicing listening. We're practicing listening.
I think because we need to good listener with educate your ears
Yeah.
but are a lot of kind of people in the United States and another country for your have your accustomed your listening.
Okay, you need to have your listening uh, accustomed. Yes, you need to have practice with listening. When you go to a job interview, go back to job interviews, they give you reading tests, they give you listening tests, they give you grammar tests, and of course, someone will ask you questions to see how well you talk. Yes, Israel?
Another advice could be is maybe try the listening, the reading, and be a personally be positive and have their mentality really really good. I mean, be a focus, concentrated, and mature.
Right, right. Anybody else? Why is listening important? I need to hear opinions.
Because you can improve your vocabulary, and when you got to an interview, you can speak more fluently, I think, and you can
Right.
understand, because the American people, they speak too fast.
Right, good. Thank you, Doris. Yes, Harold.
As Doris said, the listening is really important, but I think because if we practice listening, we can improve our ability to understand more the word. So in English, I think the tough part is the pronunciation. So if we don't listen native English speakers, we won't have the ability to understand the words, to differentiate the words, and to pronounce the words. So I think that it's a one important thing for the listening.
Right,
And
good.
also,
Thank
as
you.
we were a child, the first practice that we did when we were babies was listening. So I think it's the first step in learning another language.
Good, very good. Someone else, another opinion? Why is listening important? Remember that 30% of your grade is participation. Is participation. Yes.
Maybe for catching the idea.
Yeah, yeah. You need to catch the idea. So if you have cable television at home, watch movies, watch programs, watch documentaries in English. Yes, Carla?
I think it's important because we can catch the correct sound of the pronunciation. And I mean, as the classmate says, we can understand better the conversation with others.
Okay, all right. Yes, Sandra?
I think it's very important the listening because it's the only way we can understand what the people said, but it's difficult, teacher. I always watch the movies in English, but I understand only one or two phrases.
Okay. All right. Yes, Carlos?
Well, I'm thinking the listening is so important because the part of a good conversation is talk and listen. Because if you can listen well, you can talk, because you don't know,
Good, very good, Carlos. Yes, Moises.
Think learn to listening is very important because we can understand. For example, people, not all people talk the same way. For example, I don't talk like native speaking, native speaker. You need to learn to to say to hear the how we speak. So you could tell what I'm doing, I'm saying. You know, I think that is to understand people because not other people talk the same way. I think that's.
Sorry, I muted you by accident. Sorry. Yes, thank you, Moises. Senia.
Okay, teacher, for me, listening is very important for me because I need to learn more English and increase my vocabulary. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Yeah, when you have a critical listening skills, you improve your vocabulary. Very good.
Yeah,
Melvin.
yeah.
Well, for me, it's the most important thing because the more you listen, you adapt your ear to English, and you will understand more and more and more, and that will help you to speak or to learn vocabulary. And if you watch, as you told us, watch a series in English, you will learn some phrases, some words that American people use every day. And I think that's a big deal to adapt or ear.
Good, good, very good. Anybody else? Thank you, Melvin. Anybody else? Okay. So,
Teacher, in my
yes.
case, I'm sorry. In my case, I watch the videos in YouTube for more practice listening. My listening, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Any practice that you have, music, videos, even if you activate the subtitles, all that helps. All that helps. What doesn't help? Watching Spanish TV, watching Spanish movies, talking Spanish with your friends when you can do it in English. So yeah, anything that you do to expose yourself to the language is good, is beneficial.
Yes.
Anybody else? Okay, so remember that we have words, chunks, and sentences. At the beginning, someone was saying, yeah, but I only understand a couple of words. That's okay, that's normal. This is a universal process that at the beginning, you understand words, then you understand chunks, and at the end, you understand sentences. What's a chunk? Have you gone to Buffalo Wings? Have you tried chunks?
It's like a piece. Maybe?
Exactly. It's a portion. It's a portion of the language. So at the beginning, like I was telling you guys, when you're a baby, you learn how to produce words and you understand words. As you keep talking, you start to understand chunks. Chunks are portions of the language. And then when the baby is like 8, 9 years old, he understands and he produces complete sentences. So that is the process that usually happens when you're in the process of learning a language. Okay, questions or comments? No? All right, so beginning tomorrow, I'm gonna start checking. Yeah, go ahead, Israel.
Give me an example, the word chunks. One example.
Using chunks.
One more time. What's the question?
Give me an example, please. Where is chunk?
Oh, chunk. Okay. So tomorrow, I'm not going to the movies because I have to work until 3:30 p.m. A basic student maybe would understand only portions of everything that I said. So if you ask them, what did Francisco say? It's very difficult for them to repeat all the words that I said. So this person maybe understood portions of my speech.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. All right. Questions or comments? Anybody else? All right. Let's do this exercise here. Okay, can you see part 3, speaking naturally?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
What's reductions in questions? How long have you been learning English? Why are you learning English? What do you like to do in your English class? What do you do in your last class? So those are 4 questions. How long have you been studying, have you been learning English? How much time? 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 10 years?
In my case, 1 year.
How much time?
1 year. 1 year.
1 year.
1 year, yes.
Okay. All right.
2 years.
Okay.
In my case, 8 years.
All right. All right. And like I was telling you at the beginning of the session, some of you guys are very near to get the percentage. People that are looking for English speakers, you're very close to getting there. That's good. Okay. Second question, why are you learning English? Let me choose someone that hasn't said any. Give me a second. Let me see. Lisette, why are you learning English, Lisette?
Why? Because
why?
I want to achieve my goals. One goal is for me learn English and speaking naturally.
Okay, very good. Why are you learning English, Vilma Escobar?
Because I want in the future, I want to work in a call center.
Okay, very good. Maritza Romero, why are you learning English?
And because I get a new job
Okay,
for help my family.
right, right. Okay. Azalia, what about you? Why are you learning English?
Because I would like to travel
Okay,
and I would like to have a good job with a better pay.
okay. All right. What about you, Melvin Barrios?
Well, in my case, I would like to learn English because there are a lot of jobs for people who speaks English, and in my case, I would like to get graduate at the university and speak English in a high percent
Okay.
to get a better job or maybe to work in maybe as a freelance in United States, in another country, and speak English will help me a lot.
Okay, very good. Thank you. What about you, Nelson Ramirez? Why are you learning English?
Because I want to get a new job, in my case, teacher.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Cecia Lopez? Cecia Lopez, can you hear me? Jorge Rodriguez, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, why are you learning English, Jorge?
Well, if it's a little long, so I'm going to resume. The main reason I learning English is because I want to get a job. I want to show myself that I'm capable to get a job on English.
Okay.
Because many people said that I am not capable, that I am an idiot and all kind of things, and I want to show them that they are wrong.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. Someone else wants to answer that question? Why you're learning English?
Me, teacher?
Yes, Senia, go ahead.
I learn in English. I learn a new language, and I help my daughter with her homework.
Good, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Ángel Javier.
Well, in my case, I'm really just learning English for fun, but to add, just want to be more competitive person. Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, and this question is for everybody, and please be honest with your answers. What do you like to do in your English class? What suggestions or what changes would you like to see?
I like to speak because I'm very bad at speaking for a long time in English. So I really like to practice that.
Okay, very good. Someone else, Harold.
Yes, I really want to improve my writing skills. I think writing is really important because when I was writing in the past, I realized that I improved a lot my English. So I think we can practice a little more this ability, this skill.
Okay, very good, very good. Sandra?
Well, I like to do in the class because I enjoy speaking with other partners, and I learned different words that they say, and I love practice, and
Yeah.
I feel better when I speak.
Very good, very good. Herbert.
Yes, teacher. In my case, teacher, I like to participate a lot during the class because it's very important, you know, and meet new classmates because they can help me and I can help them. By the end of the day, we have the same goal, learning English. And every day I learn from them and they learn from me.
Okay, very good.
That's all, teacher.
Okay, very good. Someone else. What do you like to do in your English class?
Me, teacher?
Yes, go ahead, please.
I like to do in my English class, because I learn new topics and practice in the rooms. Yeah, that's
Okay.
all.
Okay, very good. Azalia?
I would like to have more listening practice in my English class.
Okay, very good. Doris?
I would like to practice conversation because I would like to improve my vocabulary and to speak fluently, because when you speak with a Native American woman or man, it doesn't matter, it's different. Like to speak with a Salvadorian that has learned English. So because sometimes you don't have, sometimes you don't know, or you how can I say this? You don't know how to answer, or you feel nervous.
All right.
When you are speaking with or when you want to have a conversation with a Native American.
Good, good. And remember, the idea when I put you into breakout rooms is for you to continue using the language. And there is a time where you say, how do you say this? How do you say pasarela? Eso le pasa a la gente por no ocupar la pasarela. So you challenge yourself, and this is the perfect place for you to ask yourself, how do you say this? Or you know, things like that. So when you go to a job interview, you don't block yourself and says, oh, I don't understand this word. Very good. Israel and then Delmi. Go ahead.
In my case, teacher, I went apart to learning, apart to progress and be natural, to enjoy with the classmates and enjoy the classes. And sometimes sometimes act like a clown. Look at this. Let's check it out.
Okay. All right. Delmi?
Yes, I would like to know how to answer all that questions that companies make for a job interview. Like you
Okay.
said, tell me about yourself, what are your achievements, all of that.
Okay. Yes. I'm going to bring questions for you guys. Like I said, you know, the information that we learn in this class is not only for this class, it's not for the next level, it's for the rest of your lives. So the idea is that anything that you learn, vocabulary, grammar, listening skills, writing skills, you apply them in a real, what do you call it, a job interview. Because like I said, when you go to a job interview in English, the first thing they will evaluate is your speaking. They will ask you questions. If you convince the recruiter about your speaking, then they give you, okay, we need some time from you to take a listening activity, grammar test, writing activity. But sure, I'm gonna bring questions related to job interviews. Yep. Anybody else? Any suggestions? Any comments? Any questions? Okay, Israel, no problem. Okay.
Don't
Me
forget to
teacher.
share us a grammar book, please.
Oh my God. And I have it prepared in the computer. So send me a message. Send me a message at 6:05 maybe, so I can do it. And it's gonna take maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes,
If you
because
can
we
print
can
it,
practice on vacation.
Sure, definitely. If you can print it, it would be great. Personally, I prefer to have a physical book than something online. That's my humble opinion. Yep. Okay,
Yes,
questions
you're
or
right.
comments? And the last question says, what did you do in your last class? What did you do in your last class? What activities did you do?
We used to talk a lot on small groups by getting a specific topic.
Okay.
Others we use dynamics for more speaking.
Okay. All right, good. Someone else?
I talked with some partners that I didn't know before, and that was good.
Can you repeat, Carlos? I couldn't hear the last part.
Okay, I talked with some partners, you know, and that we didn't know before.
Okay, good, good. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? No? All right, so let me ask you, how do you expand your vocabulary? How do you learn new words every day?
By reading.
Reading? Yep.
Watching videos on YouTube.
Exactly, watching videos.
Practice.
Listening to music. Very good. Right. Anybody
Practice
else?
writing.
When I want-
Practice writing.
When I want to say something and I don't know the word, teacher,
Exactly.
I learn new words.
Right, right. So you mentioned listening. I listen to music. If I don't understand the word, I look for it. I practice writing and I ask myself, how do you say this word? Or you simply speak. And if the other person says something that you don't recognize, you ask. It's okay to ask.
In my
Anybody
case,
else?
teacher, only
Yep.
only speaking along.
Okay, yeah, you know, and don't worry about saying, oh, Francisco's going crazy. He's talking to himself again. Who cares? You know your mission, you know your objective, and you can perfectly talk to yourself.
Yes.
Patricia, what do you think, Patricia, Raquel?
Well, teacher, in my case, I'm too shy. And
Okay.
I know that I have to talk. I know that I have for practice English, but I feel very nervous always and I have to talk.
Okay, but you sound pretty
Uh,
good. You sound pretty good. Yeah,
Thank you, teacher.
yeah.
But I don't know why I always feel very nervous.
Okay, don't feel nervous. You know, like it's normal
This
to
is-
feel nervous if you go to a job interview and you're like, you know,
This
you're
is this is the same my problem with Patricia, because in my house with my husband I speaking a lot, all, but in the class, oh my God, I lost my confidence.
okay. Yeah, and don't feel bad about maybe I'm going to make mistakes, because we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. The president of the US, he makes mistakes when he talks. So don't worry about making mistakes. This is the perfect place for you to make mistakes. So you correct yourself, and when you go to a job interview, you convince the recruiter. Yep. Anybody else?
Teacher,
Give me a
in my
sec.
case,
Yeah.
maybe I have to practice more listening, because well, when I was reading, I understand, but when I have to listen, I don't understand a lot.
Okay. Yeah, and one of the reasons why I assign you guys to work in pairs, because I have noticed that some of you are a little bit quiet. But when I put you in a situation that you have someone in front of you, you have to speak. You have to speak. So like, okay, answer the following question if you want to. No, you have to answer those questions, right? Good. Anybody else? Any questions or comments? Let me ask my supervisor if she's ready to speak with you guys. Mhm. Give me a second. Okay, so she's coming. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, this is the book. All right. So let's wait for her. She's on her way. So are you officially free today, or do you have to wait until tomorrow or next week maybe?
I have to wait to the next week because I'm currently on Guatemala on a seminar. So today I asked for permission to be on classes.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I think Giselle is here. Giselle, can you hear me? ¿Me escucha, Giselle?
Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas
¿Cómo está?
tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo se están portando, niños? Espero que
Siempre
bien,
bien.
¿verdad? Excelente.
Siempre nos portamos bien.
Ujú.
Good afternoon.
Vaya, quiero pasar acá antes que nos vayamos de vacaciones. Se escucha un poco de
Giselle.
interferencia.
Hermana, en el carro hemos venido apoyados.
Giselle, yo
Hola.
sé que yo me tengo que retirar. Voy a
Sí, no
dejar
se
así.
preocupe.
So, ahí hablamos
Ok.
después. Have a
Vaya,
nice
perfecto.
vacation, people.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Take
teacher.
care,
Bye.
teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Me dijo que no voy a trabajar y hoy sí. Así es, cambiando.
Apagamos, porfis. No sé si me logran escuchar. Sí.
Sí.
Vaya, necesito hablar